Was a time, wasn't there, when you were proud to be, representative of your company. If you think back, a cinema usher looking resplendent in the coat, the hat outside, welcoming customers in, that sort of thing. The station master, once again, the epaulets, the wonderful uniform. Everybody knew that they were in charge or indeed worked for that particular company. We've seen a downslide, haven't we, over the last few years of people looking, simply smart in their job. Even the people that now put together the uniforms have decided that we all need to blend in, make everything look a little bit more, shall we say, like one of them. But seriously, we kind of need to know who's in charge. And also, when you go to certain events, you want to feel special, particularly when the event could be somewhere like this place here, the London Ritz. It's normally the sort of place that, well, simply you can't get inside if you're a gentleman without a tie. Trainers are not allowed, or indeed tracksuits, casual clothing. If you want to go for dinner, you must dress up. Nothing wrong with that, I'm sure you'll agree, particularly when you look at the eye-watering prices. But seemingly now, even this particular establishment here in the very heart of London, which has become a bastion of good taste, exemplary sort of dressing, and more importantly, well, a treat. If you could afford it, you certainly have arrived, even if it's just for one night or one afternoon. It feels special. Now it looks like even the Ritz could have fallen foul to the cancel culture, the work culture. By that, you see, what I mean is that if you apply for a job, and for instance, say perhaps you have a nose ring or a tattoo on your hand, or indeed your neck or face, well, you cannot not give me the job because it's my choice to look like this. This is what's happened recently here in London. A particular potential employee applied for a position in the Ritz. We're not quite sure exactly as to what role, but apparently he was offended by their, shall we say, guidance regarding grooming, and didn't like the fact that perhaps his afro hair wouldn't be welcome. Now, years ago when I worked in these sort of establishments, you were not allowed to have long hair, even wear a ring, any kind of jewelry on display. Certainly you would have not been allowed to have had big hair, dangly earrings if you were the girls, palettes of makeup. It simply wasn't done. You were there to represent the company. Now, as I know, we're in the 21st century world, the 2023 world. And it's interesting to note that while this particular individual has yet to be offered the job, apparently the Ritz are going to be welcoming him this week for his very first interview. Isn't it a shame that he's actually decided to go public on this particular topic? And what's interesting here is, if the Ritz don't give him the job, what's the betting that this will be once again put out into the world's media? It's terrible, we're judging people. No, it's the customer that basically makes the judgment. And if they don't want to be served by someone that they don't feel is representative of that particular establishment, then they'll simply walk away and said business will close. We've seen it time and time again. But as ever, I'd love to know your thoughts on this. Should we allow more relaxed clothing? Does it matter what someone looks like who's serving you, particularly in that service industry? Would you be happy, for instance, for someone to turn up full of tattoos across their face and neck, and there you are in a very special, perhaps romantic evening, or more importantly, a business meeting? Would that be off-putting? Are we old-fashioned? As ever, let me know, because now the Ritz apparently are readdressing their grooming manual. And as ever, we'll let you know how this story develops once we find out. But let me know what you think to this particular story, as ever, in the comments below. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.